Live. All right, so Pavy Daily Takes back again. I know I haven't done one in a while. I just been like really, really busy. We did the boxing thing. We covered the boxing for a week. Just been running around, been a little bit busy, but we're back. NBA basketball is finally back. The Rockets took on the Shanghai Sharks last night. So now that basketball is back, I'm back every day in your ear. Well, not really in your ear, in your face. I'll do these from Tuesday to Friday. I want to give Hoops and Brews time to breathe on Mondays, but from Tuesday to Fridays, you'll get a Pavy Daily Take. Today, I was just sitting back and I was watching like some of the media days. I know we went to Clippers media day. Check out the coverage, guys, please. And just listening, just listening to what they were saying, listening to the Sixers talk, listening to LeBron talk at Lakers media day. I'm just excited because I think that defense is what so many of these teams are built around. I think that when you saw what the Warriors did, and you saw Steph Curry and their whole little when all that stuff broke and really went crazy. I think that shooting and the 3-point shot became the focus. And I don't want to say defense was not the focus, because what people don't realize is, the Warriors had this great offense, but also they could strap up. Like, they were still top 5 in defense pretty much. I think basically probably every year they won, right? But I think that the emphasis was just more so on shooting, and that's what was highlighted instead of defense. Me, I'm a guy that loves defense. Defense gets me excited. Even when I play 2K, I always run a defensive scheme because it's just fun to strap up. And when I look at all of the I guess the teams that you would say were contenders, if you want to say the Clippers, the Lakers, the Rockets, the Jazz, who else would you say was contending? And then you move to the East, you say the Bucks, the Sixers, all these teams can strap up. And I think that that's what excites me so much about this season and just about the 2020s in general. I think that we're in an era where the 3-point wave kind of hit. It's like, okay, we've taken that to like the furthest extreme that we can take it. The Rockets have taken the Warriors were the first people to crack it off, and then the Rockets took it to a totally different level. Like, it's hit, whatever. That wave has been going on 5-6 years, and now I think we're gonna get back to defense. What teams are gonna emphasize defense? I mean, just look at the teams. Like, let's say Lakers, right? Okay, you have Anthony Davis on there. You have Danny Green, all defensive team. Avery Bradley, all defensive team. Ronald's been on the all-defensive team. You have Dwight, 4-time Defensive Player of the Year, been on the all-defensive team. JaVale McGee, one of the best shot blockers in the league. And just look at what you have defensively with that team. And look at also how big they are, which is another thing that excites me. With all these teams are trying to go small, and you finally seeing teams value size again. Like the Sixers, they have Horford and Embiid starting. Al Horford has been in the league so long that people forget he came in as a power forward. Al Horford's not a center. That's actually playing Al Horford out of position when you play him at the center spot. Now, because of how the NBA's changed, your centers a lot of times are 6'10" and do very Al Horford type things. But Al Horford, when he came in the league, Joakim Noah was a center in college. Al Horford was the power forward. Al Horford didn't start playing center until a couple years in Atlanta when they had the Al Horford, Millsap. I think Josh Smith was still there. Joe Johnson and Teague teams. That's when he started playing center. But before then, Al Horford was a power forward. Like, it's been known. I mean, even you saw times last year in which they would have Tyson and Horford would be playing the power forward spot. So they're big. Like, I mean, you look at their whole starting lineup. Ben Simmons, 6'10". Josh Richardson, 6'6". Tobias Harris, 6'8". Al Horford, 6'10". Embiid, 7 feet. Then you move over to the Lakers. I mean, they could end a game with a lineup of Danny Green, Avery Bradley or KCP, LeBron James, Kyle Kuzma, and Anthony Davis. Or maybe they want to go like Danny Green, LeBron James, Kyle Kuzma, Anthony Davis, and Dwight Howard. Like, just look at the size that these teams have, and look at how much of. I think that all these teams know that you can score points, but I think that the one thing that people get lost in is the fact that you can create offense through your defense. So, yeah, maybe you don't have some revolutionary offense, but if you can strap up, get steals, force turnovers, you're going to get a lot of open shots, you're going to get a lot of open looks, and you're going to get in transition a lot as well. Even the Clippers. I mean, look at what they have. The Clippers I mean, first of all, you got Kawhi, Paul George, and Patrick Beverly on the same team. So you got basically 3 people in your starting lineup that should all make the all-defensive team. First team, honestly. First team. I mean, look at the Sixers. The Sixers, realistically, they should have 4 people on the all-defensive team. If they don't have 4 people on the all-defensive team, I would be disappointed in Philly. Josh Richardson, Al Horford, Joel Embiid, and Ben Simmons should all be on the all-defensive team. For the Lakers, Danny Green, Anthony Davis, and depending on how much time Dwight get, because again, I still think Dwight has a lot left. Like, I don't think Dwight is washed. I mean, last time you saw Dwight play a full season, he was out there putting up 30 and 30 games, which was a year and a half ago in Charlotte. I don't think Dwight is bad. Even last year, in 8 games, he still averaged a double-double basically. It was like 12.3 and 9.8. Dwight is not washed. You know, Dwight, has had some questionable things happen to him in his career. He hasn't been healthy. He's bounced around a little bit, but he's not washed. To bounce around the league and to start, you still had to be able to play. Like, everywhere Dwight has went, for the most part, until right now, he started. Dwight is not washed. Dwight is still a quality starting center in the league. And again, back to the Clippers. I mean, you got 2 of probably the best perimeter defenders in the league on one team. And then you throw Patrick Beverly in there. And then you throw Landry Shamet in there. Like, I think even if you go back and you look at the Clippers series when they played the Warriors, Landry probably did the best job on Steph. They had Shea guarding him at first, and then Landry took over, and Shea guarded him at first, and I think that's when he had that 40-point game, and he missed like 3 shots the whole game. And then Landry took over, and all that shit kind of stopped. I think Landry's a good defender. Zoo has potential to be a good defender. Trez is a mobile defender. You got Mo Harkless on that squad. You got Patrick Patterson. He can play some defense. You got a lot of guys on these teams, man. Like, I think defense is being predicated around the league again. I mean, look at the Bucks. You got Giannis. You got Eric Bledsoe. You got Middleton. You got Wesley Matthews. He's a defensive player. You got Robin Lopez and Brook Lopez. Size. Like, let's say you want to run lineups where you run, like, Bledsoe, Middleton, Giannis, Brook Lopez, Robin Lopez. You could do that. Size. That's what basically, I mean, Giannis isn't 7 feet, but damn near that man like 6'10". That's like 3 7-footers in one lineup. So I'm just very, very excited about, the era of basketball that we're moving into. I think that after the Warriors lost, and kind of like disbanded how they were, you don't have to like everybody always kind of imitates the winner. They aren't the winner anymore. So like that style is not what's being imitated. Really, there is no winner. I mean, like, yeah, the Raptors won, but Kawhi left. So you're not even thinking like I have to knock this team off anymore because your main player isn't there anymore. So I think that you're finally seeing teams start to break out and just build their own identity. And, some teams are picking size. I mean, even the Rockets, they even added more size. You see, they added Ryan Anderson. They also added Tyson Chandler. So you can see lineups where they could put out like Russ Harden, Tucker, Ryan Anderson, Clint Capella, or Russ Harden, Eric Gordon, Ryan Anderson, Tyson Chandler, or Russ Harden, Dabo, or you want to do Russ Harden, Austin Rivers, and then like I said, Ryan Anderson, Clint Capella. Like, even they added size, and they were one of the smaller teams in the league, and they've even added size. So I mean, and even for the Rockets, I think that Russell Westbrook should make it a goal to make the all-defensive team. I think that at least since they traded Harden the first time, Russell Westbrook has always had a huge offensive load on him. Like, even still, he had to set everybody up. Even when you did have KD wasn't playing point guard. Like, KD wasn't out there, facilitating the offense for the most part. I mean, he can, but that wasn't what he was doing. Like, that wasn't his role on that team. So Russ has been in a position where he's had to pretty much facilitate the offense for a decade, basically. Now you have Harden there. Now you don't have to, set up everything and set up everybody. Now you should think, okay, cool. Like, let me go out there and let me try to be on the all-defensive team. Let me play defense. Because, again, I still think Russ can lock in and be a good defender when he needs to be. I think anybody that athletic can lock in and be a decent defender. Even Harden. I think Harden should make it a goal to be on the all-defensive team. He got 17 votes last year. He should make it a goal like, yo, I want to be on the all-defensive team. You got the Jazz. I mean, you got Mike Conley, Donovan Mitchell. Gobert's still there. Like man, I'm telling you, like I just think defense is really something that's being predicated around the league, and even at Bulls media day, they were talking about defense. Thad Young was talking about defense. So I just think that in the 2020s, man, defense is going to be key. But I think defense has always been key. Like even with like I said for years, the way to beat the Warriors is not to score with them. You can't score with them. It's defense. You have to defend them. And that's what the Raptors did. They didn't try to score with them. They just played defense. They played great defense on them. They invented defensive schemes. No, not invented, but they tried crazy defensive schemes like a box and one. And I think that was the first time in probably 6 years where defense was really, really highlighted. I don't think defense has been highlighted in a final series that much since Spurs Heat. I probably think that was the last time that defense was highlighted in a final series, like highlighted. And I think that now, seeing what the Raptors did, and again with the team that everybody thinks you have to like knock off, being at least somewhat dismantled for the moment, I think teams just creating their own identity and creating their own style. And again, I think that defense is going to be highlighted, and I think that defense will be the key for the 2020s. I think that size will come back. You won't see as much small ball because what happens if a team like the Lakers or a team like the Sixers wins? Then you have to go defend them. You can't put 3, 6, 7 players on the court if you play in the Sixers. It's not gonna work. You can't put 3, 6, 7 players on the court or 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 5 people on the court if you play in the Lakers. It's not gonna work. They have too much size for that. So again, man, I'm just very, very interested to see the clash of styles that you'll see, because not every team is built this way. But I do think that now you're finally getting back to its matchup base. Like I think about 4 or 5 teams have a shot, but I just think it's just about matchups and who they end up playing. Because I think this team could beat this team, and this team can't beat this team. Like I think the Rockets could beat the Lakers, but I don't think the Rockets can beat the Clippers. I think the Lakers can beat the Clippers, but I think the Lakers might struggle with the Warriors if the Lakers perimeter defense isn't what I think it is. Granted, I think Avery Bradley can return to form. Like he's only like 27, 28 years old. He's not an old guy. I think Avery Bradley can return to form. Danny Green is coming off a good year. Rondo still has his mind at least. Now obviously Rondo isn't the same defender Rondo was 3, 4, 5 years ago, but Rondo still does have his mind and can be a quarterback on the court of sorts defensively. You have KCP. So I know what their perimeter defense should be. It's just about it actually becoming that. But that's been my column for the day. Again, me as a person who loves defense, I'm just really, really excited about it. And I just think we headed for a good era. We headed for a really, really good era. So talk to you guys later.